Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. Comment ça va, everybody? How are you doing right now? Today, I think today is what, September 28th. Je suis comme those around Udu. I am Queen Cole, the Hoodoo Queen, here in Mobile, Alabama. Uh-oh, my little charger situation. I gotta make sure this thing stays charged. We don't want no problems with that, but we may have some problems. I do apologize. Je suis désolé. So, anyways, welcome, welcome, welcome. Bienvenue again to Conjure South, 2353 Airport Boulevard. And Dwight, I miss you too, my love. I was actually thinking about you the other day. I thought I had heard from Dwight, you know. But I hope you're doing good. I hope you're blessed, my dear. So, anyways, I wanted to come through very briefly this morning to talk about the course in which, or class, that I provide here at Conjure South, which is Ancestral Meditation. It's really important to understand why I give this class and the importance of it. Well, first and foremost, no matter who you are, the ethnicity you are, the um, the spiritual path you follow, understand this, especially when it comes to magic. Okay, your magical abilities, your magical um, spiritual abilities, they are inherited. I don't care, and I'm telling you this not because of how I feel. I'm telling you this because I've grown up in a magical household. I've grown up in a house of hoodoo. I've grown up in a house of obia. I've grown up in a house of shamanism. Okay, and and I know that these gifts are inherited, and I understand just because these gifts are inherited does not mean that you are gifted with all inherited gifts. Okay? So it's important to understand that. But also knowing that with these things being inherited, your ancestral communication, your ancestral foundation literally provides you the ability to reach your full potential magically or spiritually, regardless if it's magic or religion, in an ATR or just in a magical system. With that being said, um, it is important to know that and to understand that that's why ancestral, um, the ancestral meditation is necessary. See, right now in the community, in the magical, in the hashtag woke, hashtag conscious community, we're in a space that makes you believe this is what ancestral communication is. You gotta have your Joss money in order for them to give you money. No, 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 no. That is not true. You gotta have this, you gotta do that, you got to um, have your cigars and your rum and your liquor and your whiskey and all of these things regarding ancestral communication. These are things that have to be debunked, and I know I am not the traditional spiritual police, but I know when it comes to indigenous spirituality, traditional spirituality, when it comes to magic, when it comes to hoodoo, when it comes to true root work, which is healing, which is also a gift that you are given, when it comes to laying hands, when it comes to divining, and all of these different things that, bonjour, how are you, Crystal? Hello, hello, hello. When it comes to these things, I know what it is. I've lived it for over 3 decades. I grew up in a household of 13 cousins for 17 years, where 8 of us really had really good, strong gifts, but I being the successor. So growing up in that space, I know different methods of how to communicate with the ancestors that may be beneficial for you. So here at Conjure South, each Saturday, make sure you check the website. because it'll give you the dates. October 5th, right now, as of today, October 5th, we're not having an ancestral meditation class because I'll be out of town, but October 12th, we will have it. But each Saturday, normally, I will have ancestral meditation here at Conjure South, 2353 Airports Boulevard, Erie, Mobile. You can find that at thehoodooqueen.com. Find the Conjure South icon and click on Ancestral Meditation. I also every month provide a community ritual or ceremony here at the shop in which you can come and join the ceremony and be blessed by me personally. So the thing about this is the Ancestral Meditation class, normally held each Saturday morning, provides a particular space in which you will be able to divine, elevate, and communicate with your ancestors, providing a space in which you are, I literally allow you to stretch and release any kind of tension you're holding in your body, releasing those things from your mind. Now, mind you, this starts at 10 a.m. Now, because the shop is new and open, when people are late, I'm allowing them in. But I'm going to really probably start like in October. If you're not here, like at 9:50, 10 a.m., the door going to be locked. There's no refund. The door going to be locked. And the reason why is because once I begin to allow you to travel and release and to connect, there needs to be zero disturbances. So people coming in late, that's not accessible. That's not acceptable. Pardon. That's not accessible. I'm saying accessible. That is not the right word. Acceptable. See, this is why, my English is so crazy. Anyways, my dialect really messes me up. It is not acceptable for those to come in late because it becomes a distraction, a disturbance, a disconnection for those that are new to this. But anyways, you come in, I provide you with the tools to communicate. So you get your candle, you get your water, you get these things. The space is filled with incense. And not just like I'm burning a frankincense or I'm burning some copal. No, these are actual very strong mixes from my family that allows you to travel to that ancestral realm, to communicate with them within this 60 minutes. It is very important to understand the ancestors provide two very vital parts in your life. One, protection. Two, guidance. One, protection, and two, guidance. We're not here saying, oh, ancestors, bring us the money. Ancestors, bring us my love. No. Your job in your ancestral relationship, first and foremost, is to provide appreciation and gratitude. Appreciation and gratitude. Not to this, I want, give me, bless me. Your blessing is their guidance. Your blessing is their protection. Guide me to my love. Guide me to the path in which I should follow, into the best path that I should be following. Because they're going to lead you. They're not going to lead you into danger. They're not going to lead you into trouble. They're going to lead you into the best space for you, because without you, your lineage cannot continue to grow and flourish and build and become abundant. Okay? So it's very important to have that communication, to have that relationship, to have that foundation. So every Saturday when you come in, I provide an open, clean, clear space. The drama and trouble at your home, it is left outside of the door. The trouble you're dealing with at your job or your career, it is left outside of the door. The bickering you have going on with your friends or family, it is outside of the door. The space is open. The reason why the space is open is because when you have a cluttered space, those messages won't get to you as fast as they need to be. So it is an open space. And the things that you need to release, you need to have open space to relieve them and to alleviate them. So it's really important to understand why I perform or provide these particular services on Saturday mornings or during Saturdays. We actually have a beautiful space at the end of the class of the meditation where we divine. Because the truth of the matter is this: a lot of people, again, in this day and age, have this idea of, I'm going to dream and I'm going to see my grandmère, my great-grandmère, I'm going to see my papa or my mère or my uncle or whatever the situation may be. And that's not true. You may actually only hear them. You may actually smell of a memory. You may actually be pulled into the ancestral realm and astral travel during this experience. You may only have questions, and I show you how to divine and get those answers through using a candle, or through using water, or through using cards, or whatever the divination system may be for that weekend. So it's really important to understand that that's what you get when you come to the ancestral meditation. Again, this is another thing. Ancestral meditation and communication is not a spiritual gift. That is a spiritual experience. That is a spiritual experience any and everybody, no matter the race or spiritual system, traditional or colonial or modern or contemporary, no matter the system, no matter the tradition, no matter the ethnicity, you are able to communicate and get your guidance through your spiritual experience, because your ancestors are your ancestors. Your ancestors, everyone has ancestors. Everyone has relatives that have passed. Therefore, that is a spiritual experience, not a spiritual gift or ability. So understand that any and everyone can go away with this. We call them ancestors traditionally and indigenously. You may call them angels contemporarily or modernly, or in your modern spiritual path. Okay? And if that's what you call them, that's what you call them. If you call what we're doing right now magic, it's magic to you because it's foreign. In your tradition, you may call it a miracle. Whatever it is, don't allow the definition of what this is called or the way it is done or the method prevent you from getting the guidance that you need. Your ancestors, your angels, your spiritual guides, or whatever it is, they want the best for you. They want to guide you. They want to bless you. They want to give you those things. But they cannot do it if you do not allow them to do it. There are so many people that are so lost. I don't know my purpose. I don't know my next step. I don't have the direction. I don't have it. And it's because you've been taught not to speak with those that have transitioned. You have been taught, or you have been taught, this is how it must be done. You got to have the joss paper. You got to have the whiskey and the wine and the crystals and the oils and all of this. That stuff is BS. It is very simple. It is very simple. It is simple. Very simple. Regarding communication. Okay? And that's where the Ancestral Meditation class is provided. I don't do this class online, although I could, but I don't want, this is one thing I will not do. I will never risk or jeopardize the integrity of my ancestral methods that my family has taught me. So I don't want to publicize everything to where it's, oh, now everyone has created this thing and this is what they're doing. I don't have time for that. And there will be some people that try it and all of those things, but they don't have the tools to provide. You don't know the herbal mixes that are made and the oil mixtures that are made to get someone in that space. I mentioned last week a beautiful young man. He came through. He had his first time connecting with his ancestors on the level of him going to an astral plane, being in a meadow, and seeing black people, white people, indigenous people, beautiful clothing, beautiful, let me see what this comment has said. Excuse me. Dwight says, and sometimes when you publicize certain things, some of these copycats are out here trying to imitate and duplicate and exactly and manipulate. So there are those copycats, and this is the thing about it. These things are serious. These are sometimes life and death matters. And people that's out there playing Sabrina the Teenage Chilling Adventures Charm, Powerpuff Girls, whatever, Craft, Hobby Lobby, Michael's Craft and more, DIY, Hoodoo and beyond, doing all of this playing around and, oh, I can conjure this up and do this and do that. It is very, I'll have to go back in. When you, there are so many people that are out there playing the part, living this fantasy, and it's not. It's not a game. It's not a trend. It's a lifestyle. It is a way of living, especially if you come from the African diaspora. And your ancestors are your foundation. Bottom line. So let me move up a little bit closer. Excuse me. Crystal asks, so how do we call on our ancestors? How do we? Because all of them don't mean us well. First of all, that is incorrect. I've heard this myth of some ancestors don't mean you well. Okay? When you light a candle and you are asking for ancestral guidance, the ones that mean you well will come through. When people talk about spirits coming up that don't mean them well and working against them and putting them in putting them in bad situations, normally these are people who are playing around in graveyards, collecting grave dirt, buying graveyard dirt when they shouldn't be, because they learned something from some book written by somebody who's not from the culture, who's not from the community, to work with graveyard spirits, because every culture and community don't do that. For example, natives, they do not let me play around in the cemetery. Yes, they understand that the ancestors are there and the ancestors will guide you, but they're not let me go do cemetery work. They are afraid of that. They say no to that. But if you come from the African diaspora, then you're going to actually find that working in the cemetery is a thing, but not with all people, because even that is a gift and ability. It's not just a method of magic that you do. But that's what people sell. That's what people are selling people. And so people are out here doing it. And those are the spirits that don't mean you well. But the ancestors that mean you well are the ancestors that you bring up. So don't just open your door up to ancestors. Guide me. Ancestors known and unknown that mean to guide me and bring, to guide me and provide protection, I call to you. You open your doors to that particular space. Bonjour. Comment ça va? How are you? You open up that space in that particular in that particular way. Also, too, understand this. In some African religions, the African religion that I am a part of, it is made very clear. If you don't want a particular ancestor, even if you know them, you can keep them on the other side. You don't have to call to them. But the ancestors that you know, and this is something that I was told growing up, this may offend some religious people, but why would you go to a spirit, a guide, that don't know you and you don't know? Not meaning you done read up on him, not meaning that you done been to a ceremony. Call to the spirits you know. Grandma, your grandmother, grandpapa, your grandpapa, your pawpaw, your nana, your aunt, your family friend that was like an aunt. Okay? That family friend that was like an uncle. Those that you know. You call to those that you know. Also, too, people got this misconception that the ancestors are the ancestors are the ancient Egyptians, the ancient this, that, and the third, and it's like, yes, our people may have come from this particular place and space, but you can't call on them religiously. You can call to their guides, but ancestrally, you should call to those that you know. And say that you are adopted. Say that you don't know. Then you just say, I call to those that mean me well. I call to those where your love is an everlasting and ever-flowing protection around all that I do and say and speak and touch and feel and imagine. I call for your guidance and your protection. Okay? So, the Ancestral Meditation class is really a really great thing. Everyone that has ever attended the Ancestral Meditation class, I'll give you another example. One very kind young woman, her father, who had transitioned, brought her to the ancestral realm and had her build a fence with him. Began building this fence. And she's like, when I brought them back, because I allow you to travel, I keep you connected to this realm so you don't get lost. I allow you to travel there. She goes to her father. Her father is building this fence with her, have her building this fence with him. I bring everybody back to the mundane. Slowly coming back to the mundane. She tells us a story about her being with her father in the ancestral realm and building this fence. That night, bonjour, how are you? She comes back that evening for the ceremony and goes, Queen, I can't come to the ceremony because I have to help my mother rebuild her roof. She was like, so I'm apologize. I said, excuse me? She says, yeah, my mother, there was some water damage and the roof came down and now I gotta go help her. I said, didn't you just help your father build a structure in the ancestral realm? And I told you that you're gonna have some work to do, some physical work to do. And she was like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I can't believe this. This is so insane. So it was a true reflection of what she was going to need to do even within that day. So even those kind of experiences you will experience during the ancestral meditation. So and I mentioned this earlier, This is so important, not just for that giving guidance, giving protection, but your spiritual abilities and your spiritual gifts will grow if they are inherited, if you have inherited them. If you have not, then maybe your child, maybe your son or your daughter, maybe they will provide. Your connection will allow them to. I can't wait. Um, well, I can't wait to have you, my darling. It's going to be wonderful. It will be amazing. Again, October 5th, we will not have it, but October 12th, we will. October 5th, I will be going. I should be out of town, but we'll see. So, anyways, all of that. So, it's great for your spiritual gifts, your spiritual growth, your spiritual maturity, but then also just foundationally with everything else pertaining to your life. You will see your life shift and change immediately. Last week, the ancestors came through and said that this week will be a week of definite endings and definite beginnings. One of the young ladies came through this week and said, "Queen, I was fired from my job today." That was her definite ending. However, with that job, she was provided with these certificates and letters of recommendations that will allow her to have a definite new beginning. So, just a lot of great, wonderful things that you will experience with that. So, I look forward, and I will tell people if you're coming from out of town, I would suggest you come on a Saturday that we're having a ceremony. So you can just spend like one full day in Mobile. Come to the Ancestral Meditation that morning, come to the ceremony that evening. We have a ceremony tonight, the Blockbuster ceremony, or Cérémonie Enlèvement Massif, which is the ceremony of massive alleviation or release. It's a blockbuster, which is happening tonight at 7 until 9. So I would recommend coming to one of those days. That way you get the most bang for your buck. If you're driving from out of town like Atlanta, that's a 6-hour drive. So anyways, again, I just wanted to come through and bring that little bit of information regarding ancestral meditation here at Conscious South. How no matter who you are, your ethnic background, your spiritual tradition or religion, how you can benefit from this. I look forward to seeing you. Again, there are classes that will be held here throughout the whole month of October. One of the biggest things that a lot of people are excited about is the Hoodoo Queen Seance series. This is where you come in on a Saturday evening and we're actually having a group mediumship reading where you come dressed really nice, you have some wine, and I actually will be doing a group meditation, a group medium, spiritual medium reading for you, bringing in either your ancestors, a relative, or family friend, a relative or a family friend that have passed, and really providing those messages for you and those people that are involved, and also giving you a little bit of information on how to recognize the signs of your relatives when they have transition and when they are communicating with you. So you can find all of that information at thehoodooqueen.com, thehoodooqueen.com. Click on the Conscious South icon. This coming October, we have youth spiritual development classes, classes on herbal medicine, working in the cemetery, and then we have the seance series and ancestral meditation. Just so very much. So I look forward to seeing you. Je suis comme those around Udu. I am Queen Cole, the Hoodoo Queen. Like this video, please. Share the video. All of those things. And also, too, let's check. Make sure you are staying up to date on the classes. Do you have a video connecting with your ancestors? No, I have a class on making your ancestor altar, how to connect, or not so much how to connect, but well, yes, how to connect and how it's different. That's the beautiful thing about the ancestral meditation because I provide different methods. Week 1, it was solely candle and water. Week 2, I allowed astral travel. Okay. So I provide different methods when you come to the Ancestral Meditation. And everybody, every single person goes after this, they leave with clarity, empowerment, and they sleep like a baby the same night. But anyways, I look forward to seeing you. I look forward to working with you. Again, this is absolutely incredible for any and everybody. I am Queen Cole, the Hoodoo Queen of the Imperial Courts of Milner Meadows de la Pound, owner of Comodos Conjure, the creators of the Hoodoo Queen Conjure Fest, coming up March 2020, March 27th, 28th, 29th. The early bird tickets for the Hoodoo Queen Conjure Fest are available now. Do not wait to get those tickets. With the amazing and spectacular presenters Tatiana Tarot, Mama Bada Renwa, as well as myself, providing classes on Oshun 101, Haitian Dance and Vodou Folklore Dance Part 2. What is the class? Seduction Conjure, Defense Conjure, Spiritual Bath. It's a lot going on. Magical vendors. There's quite a bit going on. Go check out those early bird tickets. You can find that at thehoodooqueen.com, as well as the proud owners of Conjure South, 2353 Airport Boulevard, in Mobile, Alabama. I look forward to seeing you. I look forward to talking to you. I look forward to guiding you and leading you if I am the one for you to do that. And until next time, my loves, I'll be on. In Canada, so contact you for a reading. Yes, please contact me for a reading. If you want a private reading, you can do so at thehoodooqueen.com. Click on book, consultation, and starting rates. And that's where you can get your over-the-phone reading, your private reading, 10 minute, 30 minute, or an hour. I never suggest an hour. 30 minutes is plenty time. Plenty to get more than what you asked for. Trust me on that. Anyways, I'll be on too. Y'all have a wonderful day. I hope I've answered all questions with the situations here. That one. Thank you for your beautiful work, Queen. Excited for all you bring. Merci beaucoup. Yes. Wonderful. Alrighty. See y'all next time. Bye bye.